Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome back to part 5 of our Let's Build a Baseball Stadium, the series in which I've been doing a time-lapse build of this 1.5 to 1 scale baseball stadium. Today we are kind of working on a handful of things. I started with a wall here at the outfield for the exterior, and then I extended the stands in the outfield, the upper deck stands in the outfield, ever so slightly. Now I am working on the outfield wall just to kind of close in the stadium, and this was done with stone brick. Same with the outer walls of the build, all stone brick. I'm pretty confident that it will stay that material. I originally had it set to smooth sandstone, but then changed it. I like the stone brick a lot more. So working on the walls here in the outfield to close in this stadium, I put these in as a concession stand. You'll see that here in a second. So these would be outfield concession stands. We would also have things in the outfield like bathrooms, shops, and places to buy merchandise, things like that. Maybe even an entrance or two. And then I just went with a stone brick roof on that for now. I'm sure I will change that later on, but that was just what I stuck with for now. And then I extended the third deck over as well. And in this part, I kind of jumped all over the place, so you'll have to forgive me if the replay isn't always showing what is happening on screen. It was very difficult to kind of track myself and not have it be too jumpy as the replay, as the camera moves around. I didn't want it to have too much movement to it, so at times like this, there won't be much happening on screen, but for the most part, I tried to do a good job of capturing everything. So now I was extending the roof over the third deck that we worked on last time. And again, this is a blackstone roof that is 8 blocks deep. And it alternates every 2 slabs, so there's a very gradual slope to it. And then the stone brick behind those stands. And now it was time to start work on the exterior of the stadium. I wanted a very grand design, something that looked both historic and really captured the detail of this stadium, so I decided to go with these arches, which is actually fairly common in a lot of baseball stadiums, but again, it has a very grand look. I'm not 100% complete with them, but I definitely got the design that I'm happy with. Of course, there will be windows and openings in them, as well as doors and gates, entrances, all of that stuff. But for now, I really just got the detail of the arches taken care of. You can see me down there on the left working on those now. I experimented with a few different designs. What I ultimately decided was an upside down stair, followed by a slab, followed by 3 slabs at the top. It wasn't a super tall arch, but it definitely sold that look. And then I did normal stairs at the bottom just to kind of round off that shape and filled in those gaps. And then I experimented with a couple more designs on top of that, but they didn't line up with those stone brick pillars at the very top where we have the glass, so I decided to just go for a smaller design here, which was a combination of walls and stairs, as well as a row of slabs on top of those, if I'm not mistaken. And then I just put in a few more details for depth, stairs, walls, a few more slabs in there, and added some notches with some right side up and upside down stairs. And then I just repeated this pattern all along these arches and on all sides of the stadium. And I also am planning on doing those arches here on the curved part, but I did not get those in today. That's going to take a lot of designing and messing around with to really get that design taken care of. But you can see that design, the arches from a distance, they look absolutely amazing, and it really sells that look of an old historic baseball stadium, sort of like Yankee Stadium in a way. And then I copied and pasted it to this side as well. And then here in the outfield, I wanted to have something other than just a solid wall or another curve. So I put in these towers. I will eventually do one on the side that I'm working on right now. And these could serve as a staircase or just anything like that. Most likely stairs, but just something to break up those walls and give it even more depth and design. And now I'm working on the third deck roof over here on this side of the field, and of course this would curve all the way around to the outfield. So same design as I was doing before with that diagonal portion, and then I extended it out and then just mirrored the curved design from the third deck seats below. If you've been watching the whole series, you've heard me say this before, but unfortunately World Edit doesn't do great with specifically diagonal planes, but curved as well for shapes like this, so manually filling them or using a circular generator are my only options. I can't really use my wand to fill a region that is on a curve. However, this right here, easily copied and pasted. So now the third deck roof was complete, and then I went ahead and copied and pasted over that box. And then I copied and pasted the arches as well. Now the arches didn't perfectly line up, so I just moved the box over slightly. Actually, I didn't even move the box, I just took out a portion of the wall, so kind of cheating, but hey, it works. And then I just did a little more touching up with the top part of this third deck right there, and then I think I went ahead and worked on the club level and suites a little bit more here, down right above that second level, which is the club level. Oh no, first I pasted in the lights into the outfield, same design as I had been using before. And I think I'm about to get started on the club level, suite level here, maybe. This is what I was talking about though. I was moving all over. See, now I'm working on the left side in the outfield, but only for a brief period of time before I resume work on the club level, which actually with the suites, it's a very low clearance between the club level seats, the top deck, and the suite level. So what I'm actually planning on doing is taking off maybe the top 4 rows of club level anywhere in front of the suite, and then just gonna keep it normal height for the rest of it, and then the gates out, the stairs, if you will exit at that floor level. That'll make more sense when I do that, most likely in the next episode. But now I was just working on those stairs for each section. The one between the dugout was ever so slightly wider than the rest of them. Every other section would be spaced about 14 blocks apart from each set of stairs, the stairs being 2 blocks wide, and again sticking with that concourse material of stone. And for the most part, those would just be set 1/2 slab below the level of the seats. And you can see really getting those stairs in really brings that design of the stadium out. Definitely makes it feel more realistic and completes the look of the stands. Once we get the rest of the barriers put in the front of each of those rows, it's gonna really feel very complete for us, and we are actually getting very close to completion. But I'm just gonna kind of talk about some things I want to say about the stadium while I build here in the background. Most of it is just repetitive from here on out. So the stadium I briefly mentioned in last week's update video will be available to all patrons for download as soon as I am finished. It will be available as both a world edit schematic and a world zip file. So however you want to acquire it, of course, again though, only for patrons on my Patreon page. Until the start of next year, it will be available on January 1st or sometime around then for all of my viewers on Planet Minecraft. The other thing I'm going to talk about is the concourse. Now, in the previous Let's Build, I did the interior for the Mountain House retreat, and that took a very long time, and it was very complicated with the replay mod. I did say that I was pretty much going to refrain from doing interiors in the future for these Let's Builds, so I'm gonna do a little bit of interior work, kind of like what I have on the left side of my screen down below with those concessions, but not actually go into each concession stand and build a kitchen. But my plan for the interiors, however, is to really just mostly do them off camera, because the replay mod, again, it doesn't really handle that great. At least for me, I'm still learning the ropes a little bit. I have significantly improved, but still trying to figure out everything. So most likely between now and the next episode, I will go in and do the interiors, the concourses, and all of that stuff just off camera, so we should be able to finish up next week, if not the following week, or maybe finish next week and then I can do a showcase the following week in first person where we just kind of walk through the stadium and check it out. But that is my plan for that. And now you can see me just finishing up the outfield walls here. I think these walls were 5 blocks tall, just completely stone brick and following the pattern of those outfield stands, except for this corner here, which is diagonal, connecting into that stone brick tower that we have. And then I did just a solid stone brick roof on top of that. I may change our Jumbotron. It seems a little bit small for the scale of this stadium, so I may revise that. either off camera or on camera next episode. But there's a lot of work to be done off camera, such as the bullpen, dugouts, locker rooms, all of that stuff, hallways, and all different kinds of just smaller, very minute details that, again, will take a very long time to do and complex to do with the replay mod. So that will all be shown when I do a showcase. I know I will do a showcase of this build at some point where I just walk through it. Not 100% sure when that will be though, so just stay tuned for that. But that is the end of part 5. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely leave a thumbs up. Be sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on daily content as soon as I publish it. Check the description for some more important information, links how to contact me, all of that good stuff. And with all that being said, comment, like, subscribe, remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow for our next survival episode. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye.